Okay, so we leave the Houston airport. There's Dena on the escalator to fly to Calgary, and then we went from Calgary to Vancouver. This is Jan and I sitting together on the plane. This is the Canada airport, and there's some decor. I loved those bears in the airport, and I had to take pictures of them. And then that night after shopping, we went to Brioche Restaurant downtown and had a soup and salad and went back to our hotel. The next morning, we get up early and we go to the cruise port to get on the ship, the Holland Zaandam. And it's a beautiful place, the Canada place where the port is. And this is a mural that was painted outside the Canada place. There's me pushing my suitcases and Dena with her suitcase. There's the Zaandam in the distance down there. We're getting ready to board. That is the Zaandam itself. And there's all three of us taking pictures in our matching t-shirts that said Family Cruise Alaska. And that's her stateroom 2660. And the only picture inside of her stateroom was taken by Jan. That's her bed. Mine looked just like it. And then there was a couch that turned into a bed for Dena. There's us on board. We did have a delay in actually leaving, but this is the party that they have. That's downtown Vancouver behind the pool on the ship. And that's some ship decor. There's Dena and Jan waiting for us to leave. And then we finally, after about an hour or so delay, were able to leave Vancouver and get on our way on our cruise. I was sitting out on deck enjoying it, and the weather was beautiful for our entire trip. And Zena joined me on deck as I was looking out, trying to find some sea life or something to view. We went to dinner in our matching t-shirts, got to sit by the window, which was great because oftentimes we would see whales jumping up, which was great. There's me and Dena. And they love taking pictures, Jan, by the sunset and Dena. So they did that a lot. You'll see a lot of pictures of them with the sunset because the sunset's so late in the day. Then we went to have a massage. Jan and I had a massage the next day. That's me relaxing, waiting for the massage. We had went to something the day before. You sign up for that. This is some of the ship decor because we just didn't really do a whole lot that day other than it's just stuff on the ship that was. This is a great big luxurious bathroom that you could look out and see the ocean. It was beautiful. It looked like a dressing room for a star or something. There's me sitting in my dress up outfit. So the dressy night number one was the second night of the ship, and that's us all dressed up. And in the dining room, that's me, that's Dena. And Jan is Dena's little sister or younger sister. And Dena is my best friend, as y'all know. And that's Jan, her younger sister. And she took a picture in her fancy outfit. And then all three of us took pictures. And I think Dena bought that one. And that's her with the sunset again. Next day, we arrive in Juneau, Alaska. This is us on deck. Then we split up and Jan went to the Mendenhall Glacier. Here she is in front of the waterfall. And she went to Glacier Gardens. That was her tour in Juneau. Now, Dena and I go to the Mendenhall Glacier. Here she is in front of the visitor center, and me in front of the glacier, and she's in front of the glacier. Our tour was completely booked on the ship, and that's the visitor center. So we had to book through Viator, our tour, our excursion. So we took a lot of pictures of the Mendenhall Glacier, but we did not have time to go by the waterfall like Jan did, which was great. She took beautiful pictures of it, and we got to take lots of pictures. This is an eagle on a light pole on our way to the marina. There is the boat that we took to whale watch and some of the staff. These are pictures of the marina. The eagle's flying over our head, and we are on our way to see some whales, which you will see next. And there's an eagle too. Beautiful scenery. This is a whale breach. That's when they jump out of the water, and it did that several times right when we got there and were able to see the whales. And I did not capture it on any of my camera or phone, but Dena thankfully did. So this is her footage of the whales, and I will make a longer video to show you more of my videos that I took as well. But I did not able to capture the breach, and that was the best part of all of it. We really enjoyed this tour. It was from a company called Alaska Tales. They did a great job. You can see the mother whale and the calf and another third adult whale, and they're coming up to to the surface, and they're flopping and flipping and diving. You can see that kind of in the distance. We are not able to get any closer than 100 feet. That is the rule with the boats. But if the whale wants to come over closer to the boat, then they can do that. Which these whales did go closer to a boat that was off to the right, out of this scene. And I was like, man, I wish we were on that one because they came really close. Um, but we enjoyed it, or I know I did. I hope Dena did. I think she did. Enjoyed it so much. This was the highlight of my trip, was seeing these whales, and it was just a really great time. I did not want it to end at all. We were also able to see a harbor seal kind of swimming around, and the operators told us the name of this particular female whale was Flame, and the calf's name was Fizzle. And there's a still of the video of the whale breaching. Now, when we left there, we got back on the bus and we could see Mendenhall Glacier from the bus. We went back to the port of Juneau and we met back up with Jan, who had just gotten off her excursion as well. So we're taking some pictures around town and shopping in port for a little while before we had to get back on the ship. We were there for a while, but we took some pictures and you can see bags where we had been shopping. Now, the next day is Glacier Bay Day. As you can see, Dena's using the binoculars, so look out. We did see quite a few sea otters, even a bed of sea otters. It was so exciting, but they're hard to take pictures of unless you have really good cameras. Lots of snow-capped mountains and glaciers. That's where I sit most of the day. Dena came by, she took a short nap, and Jan captured the picture. And this is more of the glaciers. There's several glaciers. There's Jan in front of the glaciers, and it was a gorgeous day. It was cold, obviously, because you see me wrapped up a couple of times. Depends on if I was in the sun or not. And it was very exciting, very beautiful scenery. And I just tried to take as many pictures as I could. The rangers were leaving. They are park rangers that come on to talk about Glacier Bay. They're leaving on the boat there. This is Dena taking footage of me looking at the Glacier Bay area. And you can't see my face very well, but I was on the fourth deck looking out and thought this was really cool to add to the video. The next morning, we are in Skagway, Alaska, and we go on the Experience the Yukon and Suspension Bridge tour with Holland America, all three of us. We got on this big bus, and we went to the Yukon Suspension Bridge first. We walked across the bridge. We took photos of us on the bridge. There's me walking across it. And there's a beautiful creek that runs underneath it. There's all three of us. And Dena told me today that she really liked this. I think it was one of the highlights of our cruise for her. And that creek is so pretty. And it's beautiful scenery. There's a bear statue I took a picture. And when you get to the top on the other side of the bridge, I say the top, but it's on the other side of the bridge, you will see where they were able to take pictures of the creek better. And then there were some props that they used to take pictures that they had there that were available. And then you could go up and see a cabin that was used during the gold rush. Then we get back on the bus and see more scenery. And I want to let you know the date on my camera is wrong in some of these photos. I forgot to change the date. You had to have an old camera. Every time you turn it on, you have to put the new date in. So this is what we saw on the way on the bus. And we made several stops along the way to take pictures. And as you can see, the beautiful, beautiful scenery. This is an 8-hour excursion. So it's very long, goes up into the Yukon. There's all three of us at the Yukon sign. Lots of mountains, snow-capped mountains with lots of greenery as well. Then we saw a bear outside of our bus. We were so excited. So this is the video of the bear. That was a mother bear with 3 cubs. It's kind of hard to see the 3 cubs, I do have a still picture in the end. You can kind of see one there. The still picture at the end of this. Oh, there's one you can see. Right there is a cub. We were very excited to see that. Then there's a desert. It's called the Carcross Desert. Yes, right in the big middle of all of this. And Jan took pictures by the sign. And then we go to this other place called Wild Adventure to eat. And they had a barbecue lunch, and they have these big life-size statues of animals. And then you go outside and you see real animals. So I got to feed the llamas. I was very excited about that. They have goats, they have ponies, they have donkeys, and they have sled dogs. And I think they had a horse too. These are where the sled dogs stay for the Iditarod. And you could also ride, of course, without the snow. And they had puppies. These are sled dog puppies, and that was very much exciting for me to be able to play with the puppies. Y'all know I love dogs. Or you could go gold panning for extra a fee. And the sled dog ride was also an extra fee. Then we went to the Carcross Commons, and there's an ice cream store and a couple of shops here. Dena and I had fun taking pictures by the moose that was outside one of the shops. And this little area is really growing. It's grown a lot in the 10 years since I was there before. Then we got back on the bus and saw some more scenery. Beautiful. And this was nice because you could sit down while you were on the bus, take pictures, and kind of let your feet rest after being outside and walking around. So then we saw another bear. Very exciting. Brown bear this time by itself outside the bus. So, having been to Alaska before, not seeing very much wildlife, and then seeing two bears outside the bus, well, actually, five bears outside the bus, if you count three cubs, was just so exciting. And then we saw more scenery on the way back. Stopped at a couple of lakes or saw some lakes. It was just beautiful. This is the port of entry back into the Alaska. We had to stop there for a couple of minutes. And then we shopped downtown. This is downtown Skagway. Beautiful. You can see the mountains in the back. And these are the stores. We did get time to stop and shop. And then the railroad is, you can take it up into the Yukon. That's what my mom and I did before. And so we took pictures of that. And back on the ship, it was our second dressy night for dinner that night. Got to sit by the window again. The next day, we arrive in Ketchikan. This is our last port. And these are pictures from the ship of us arriving in port. And it's beautiful here as well. We're here from 11 to 6 only. And so the only thing we are able to do other than take pictures is eat lunch and do a lot of shopping. So that's what we did. This is the downtown area. Really cool place to shop and take pictures. This is the Whale Park area. There's a lot of trees, flowers. Kind of, we're walking, trying to make our way to another shopping area. So we're taking pictures as we go. And then we're trying to get to this Creek Street area. Now, this used to be the Red Light District during the Gold Rush era. Now it has totem poles and a lot of really cool shops with um, there are local shops that have Alaska made things in them, and a lot of wood carvings out front, which I thought was really cool. There's a creek that runs under it, and during season you can see salmon in the creek, but neither time I've ever been here, I haven't been able to see the salmon. But I do enjoy shopping in the area. It's a really cool place. It's one of the highlights of Ketchikan. There's the only orca we saw on the ship. It was hanging from a store. We're having lunch here in one of the local restaurants, and there's a whale hanging from the wall. It's a replica of a whale. Then that night on the boat, it was orange party night. So we are getting dressed up for the orange party and dinner. Okay, so the next day was just a sea day. It's our last day on the ship, and I spent most of the day like that or like this, just sitting out watching the ocean looking for sea life. Did not see much. We did finally see some whales. There's us looking through the binoculars. There's Dena and I in the very front of the ship on deck 4, and there's a bell that you can ring, but we did not ring it. We just took a picture by it. But it's beautiful. And then this is us at dinner, our very last night of dinner. And of course, they took some more pictures by the sun or sunset views. And there's another ship that was close by going into the port of Vancouver. Really cool pictures they took. And this looks like a whale. It's a cloud that looks like a whale that Jan took for me. We did get a few tall animals. This was a bear and a whale from our room stewards who were very good. There was some entertainment. We went to a dance thing one night. This guy did Beatles music with his wife. And then one night, Dena and Jan went by themselves to see him and a comedian. Let's talk about the food. My favorite buffet food was the breakfast. These are Nutella waffles and peanut butter pie. This is dining room food and it was very good. These are my favorite dishes. I will overlay what they are on Holland America. The shrimp cocktail was wonderful. The French onion soup. This is a seafood cocktail. Yeah, cocktail. That was really good. I don't remember the name of it. It was wonderful. These are crab cakes that were in the sea day brunch, and the banana pancakes. And cheesecake was wonderful. I had it more than once, more than twice, and more than 3 times. This was a flourless chocolate cake and a melting cake, and they were both wonderful. And the peach crisp. So obviously the desserts were the best. And this is on our way back on the plane to Canada. Thank you, Janora and Jan, for the use of your photos. Thank you for watching. Please hit the thumbs up, and God bless you.